This might have been one of the Blues' best seasons in franchise history, certainly in the last 15 years, but like all of the others, it ended in disappointment Wednesday night in San Jose. The Blues played far into the spring calendar, but the season still had the sense of ending prematurely after a 5-2 loss to San Jose in Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals at the SAP Center. The Sharks won the best-of-7 series 4-2. A club seeking to force a Game 7 and advance to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 1970 instead sat through a glazed finish in front of 17,562 fans who celebrated San Jose's first trip to the final round since its inception in 1991. The stop is pretty sudden, and the flood of emotions of obviously disappointment but also a level of pride and how proud we are of the group in there, Blues captain David Backes said. There's a few guys held together by tape and a few guys who have sacrificed the time to get to this point. There's a lot to be proud of, but when you put all your will and all your being into something and you get so close you can taste and then not get a job done, there's definitely dissatisfaction at the moment that is tough to put into words. It's just a cornucopia of emotions right now and it's tough to put into a sentence and describe for you. You sit here and say what could be with 2 more wins and a Stanley Cup final with a group that I think did a heck of a job and put a lot into this and was right there. 2 more wins and you're playing for that ultimate prize. There was a loss of words throughout the visiting locker room late Wednesday. It's not the result we were looking for and it's a tough feeling, Blues forward Alexander Stain said. The boys battled and gave everything we had. We lost to a strong opponent. We had some good efforts here. It's a tough feeling, everything poured into it. We were really confident in our group. I don't know, it's tough to say anything right now, guys. The Blues had little to say after having far too little of a response against San Jose in Game 6. Joel Ward scored twice for the Sharks, who built a 4-0 lead in the third period before Vladimir Tarasenko suddenly emerged in the series and scored the first of 2 goals in the final 8.5 minutes. The second trimmed the team's deficit to 4-2 with 3 minutes, 35 seconds left in regulation, but Logan Couture added an empty netter. After winning twice in Game 7s in rounds 1-2, the Blues saw their season come to an end. The club couldn't be saved by playing on the road, where it was a respectable 6-4 in the postseason after Wednesday's loss. Many will agree that the club was done in by a home record of 4-6, including a loss in Game 5 at SAP Center in which they had a chance to take control of the series. With that win in their pocket, the Sharks went looking for blood Wednesday. That San Jose only held a 1-0 lead at the first intermission should have been considered a success for the Blues, who were dominated in all 3 zones. The Sharks applied pressure in every corner of the ice, breaking up the few scoring chances the Blues did muster, transitioning quickly and applying heavy pressure on the forecheck. I thought we were ready for it, Blues forward Troy Brouwer said. They're a great hockey team. They put pucks in deep on us and forechecked the hell out of us. It was tough for us to get out of our zone clean. It's a tough way to start a game where you need to win, but I thought guys played hard and hung in there. San Jose's relentless approach led to an early goal. The sequence started with Stain nearly putting the Blues ahead early, but Sharks goalie Martin Jones got a piece of his shot from the slot with his glove. Tomas Hertl started the fast break and put Joe Thornton on a breakaway. His scoring chance went wide left, giving the Blues momentary relief. But as the puck lay behind the net, goaltender Brian Elliott was unaware of its whereabouts. Joe Pavelski sneakily grabbed the puck and, with Elliott still searching for it, stuffed his NHL best 13th goal of the playoffs inside the far post. His 4th against the Blues gave the Sharks a 1-0 lead just 3:57 into the first period. The best way to describe the opening period from the Blues' perspective would be that they survived it barely. They desperately needed to regroup. I thought after that, we calmed down pretty good there, weathered the storm a bit, Blues defenseman Alex Pietrangelo said. But just 5:02 into the second period, the Blues surrendered Ward's second goal on a deflection and they took 6 minutes worth of penalties in the period, limiting their chance of climbing back into the game. Ward scored his second of the game just over 3 minutes into the third period, and the celebration was on in San Jose. The Sharks will play the winner of Pittsburgh-Tampa Bay, who meet in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals Thursday night. In 24 hours, the Blues will still be numb. "It's really disappointing," Blues coach Ken Hitchcock said. "It's so hard to win in the league right now. It's so hard to win a series. So hard to just get in the playoffs. When you get this far, you get this close, you think you got the opportunity. When you have a team like us, which is very much a team, you want to see them successful. They poured a lot into it through a lot of adversity, then came out on top. But they're hurting right now. We're all hurting. This was a great opportunity. Guys are really, really disappointed."